This is an interesting study because the paradigm, if you will, in lymphoid malignancies is that when you add rituximab to any type of chemotherapy, you always get better results. And now we're in the era of small molecules, and the question is, will the antibody small molecule combination have the same sort of synergistic effect that antibody and chemotherapy has? And that really has been unknown up until now. There was data from the phase 2 trial from MD Anderson looking at the combination of rituximab and ibrutinib. And what that publication showed is that the one advantage of using the antibody is that you get much more rapid responses with ibrutinib. And the reason is because instead of having that PRL response that we've described where the patient's nodes shrink and they would otherwise be a PR, but because of the lymphocytosis, which we see with all of the B-cell receptor inhibitors, it can take a long time to get to a true PR where you've also reduced the lymphocyte count. Well, obviously when you add in the antibody, you markedly abrogate that lymphocytosis and you get to a true PR faster. The question that the phase 2 didn't answer was, other than getting a more rapid response, is there any long-term benefit in terms of, for say, a deeper remission, such as more CRs or more durable remission? So MD Anderson did this randomized trial in relapsed patients, or it also included a cohort of high-risk frontline patients, namely those with a 17p deletion, and randomized the patients to receive standard dose ibrutinib and then plus or minus rituximab. And what the data is showing is that, unlike the chemotherapy setting, it does not appear that rituximab adds anything to the long-term outcome in terms of improving CR rates significantly or responses over the long haul, the duration of response. I will say that one caveat to this is that the way this trial was designed, all of the rituximab is administered within the first 6 months, which is useful because, again, that's when you have the lymphocytosis and you'd like to get the faster response. But really, after 6 months, what you have in essence is a single agent ibrutinib study. So maybe it's a little bit too much to expect that you're going to see long-term benefit when your second agent, namely the antibody, is limited to just the first few months of therapy. But nevertheless, it did not show that adding the rituximab did anything beyond getting more rapid responses.